Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get into today's session. I want to cover the markets as silver and gold as well too. Also we're looking at Tesla as well in today's session. And so let's actually get straight into it. The first thing I'm looking at is the Dow Jones right now. If I look at this weekly chart on the Dow Jones, we can start to clearly see that we're getting a bit of a sort of a triangle pattern going on through here. So if we get sort of squeezing up sort of the triangle pattern through here, so it's really interesting that we had a run up through here. Now we spent a bit of time going sideways. So this could be the base of a big move to the upside. It's going to be really interesting to see where this breaks, because wherever it breaks, we're likely to see a big move. Now, the break is going to be huge, okay? So if it breaks to the upside, then we're probably likely to see a big move down. But if this suddenly stops where we are right now and we start to reverse, because that can happen as well too, right? Then we're likely to probably see a nice move back down to there. And then that's probably likely to be the final top in the markets. Then the next 2 or so years is probably going to be that bear market that people have been waiting to see. When is it likely to happen? So it'll be really interesting to see what goes on through here. If I just squeeze up my charts through here and I draw my trend lines down from here to here, you can see that that's what's going on through there to there. And also you can see that what's going on from there to there as well too, right? So we're squeezing up. So it does look like that it may want to try to push to the upside, but we'll have to wait and see for that. The S&P 500 is actually quite different. We can see that the S&P 500 has already been pushing up towards these highs up through here. Bit of a triple top action. So there is a bit of a gap here, but I'm not sure whether that's going to be filled or not. The interesting thing is if you look at the S&P, we're just breaking up almost up to all-time new highs, and we're almost there, but we've been slowly crawling up. So the interesting thing about the S&P 500, if I go to that, but if I go to the Dow Jones, look at the Dow Jones, right? This is all-time highs up here on the Dow Jones. So we're still a little bit away from all-time high, but if I go to the S&P 500, then what do we see through here, right? So we have a big move up, bit of a gap here, and then a move up. So that could be either saying that the Dow Jones is now likely to start rolling over, because the interesting thing is when we're looking at this market through here, what do we see, right? We see that we have a high, we have a low, we have a higher low, a lower high, a higher low. This could be some sort of lower high or maybe not, okay? We just don't know yet. So by looking at these markets and by looking at everything we see through here, we can see that that's what's going on right now, okay? So so the interesting thing is, like, is the S&P likely to start to pull back through here? Because we see this move up. Now, if the S&P starts to, we're in this bit of a sort of a, if I'm looking at, say, the last sort of 3 months through here, we can see the S&P 500 has been, again, there's a gap through here that may or may not get filled right now. It's probably going to get filled later on. Definitely, you can see what happened through here, right? Look at this here. There was a gap here. The market ran up and then came down and closed the gap. It actually made another gap. Then it closed that gap. Then it made another gap. And it closed this gap here. Then it closed that gap there. So this gap is still open right now. So is the gap likely to be filled with this one through here? So it's really interesting to see what's going on through there. But going back to the let me just bring this over here to where the gap is right now. This is the gappy. All right, so that's what we're seeing there right now with the gap, okay? We can see this market move up, and we are in this bit of a channel through here. So the interesting thing is, this is what I call a bullish looking but a reversal style flag. And that means that once we start to get the breakout, okay, if we start to get a bit of a breakout to the downside and we get it closed below this trend line, then that's when we're likely to see at least a bit of a short term, probably come down and close that gap, and then we'll have to keep an eye on it from there. If it keeps going from there, and we start to break below this low through here, then it's all over. Then this will be probably one bit of a massive double top formation, maybe in a triple top formation, and then a reversal. So it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen there, and also the Dow Jones as well too. You can see we're having a bit of a move up, so we're getting like a bit of a flag formation through here right now. On that short term, bit of a move up, bit of a flag formation, but this flag formation is not definitely a bullish flag, okay? Because we can indeed get something like this. If we do get something like that, we're probably likely to break back down towards this 26,000 level on the Dow Jones. So that's what we're seeing there on the Dow Jones. On the Nasdaq, let's go have a look at the Nasdaq through here. On the Nasdaq, we're getting a bit of a breakout, but once again, the Nasdaq's very very similar to the S and or to a lot of things, but the Nasdaq's not quite at its at its resistance level there. We are getting a bit of a break up and out of this level through here right now, a bit of a strong move up above that resistance level. So it'll be really interesting to see how that continues up from there, and that's the bit of a channel that we're in right now. So still in the Nasdaq, as again we have a bit more of a bit of a gap down through to here to be filled. So it'll be really interesting to see, do we continue to run up through highs on the Nasdaq or not? Now let's move over to the silver and gold market. We can see that long term we're having this very nice basing out pattern on silver. Very nice pullback through here, and we're getting closer. We're getting right at this sort of basing pattern right now. And then now we can see how the market's starting to pick up through here. So we are definitely starting to make a low, a higher low, and we're starting to break up through here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to see a bit of a move in silver coming over the next few weeks. And the same for gold as well too. Gold has now started to create this higher low. So we create this low, higher low, and now we're starting to break actually out of this level through here. So that'll be that channel 3. We got a bit of a break to the upside, then we had a bit of a run. Now we have a bit of a pullback. So that's actually quite a bullish pattern, creating this higher low. Now a bit of a break to the upside. Once again, we definitely do have a nice pullback now on that weekly chart. You can see here we had a nice move up, sideways, nice move up. Now we're getting sideways. We've got a very, very, very nice trending sort of sideways movement there on gold. But then once we start to look at that, we can see what's happening through there. So really interesting stuff going on through there, guys. Looking at Tesla as well too. A lot of people have been asking me about Tesla, or I've been getting some emails about Tesla. What I see happening with Tesla is Tesla's likely to now run back up towards its highs, which is 380. Now that's where Tesla's likely to run to. From there, it's probably likely to hold, maybe have a bit of a pullback from there. So we're probably likely to see maybe something going on through here, a bit of a run to the upside, and then a pullback through here. Now that run to the upside, guys, what we're looking at here is there is a big, massive gap here to be filled. So it'll be really interesting to see whether that does actually happen. And so we may get a straight run up, or we may get a bit of a sideways movement, run up, so on and so forth. Okay, we never know how it's likely to get there, but we're probably likely to get up to the 380 level now, since we did have this. This is what I call a bit of a false breakout level, where we had the resistance, support. We had all this support level through here. We had a bit of a breakdown, came right back up, created a higher low. Now we have a low, a higher low, breaking past previous highs. Buyers are back in control right now. So I do see, even if we did get a bit of a pullback through here, for it to continue back up overall to the 380 level, and possibly even have a bit of a pullback there before we start to break up at all-time new highs. So Elon Musk is just working his ass off to make the company so profitable, so he can shove those shorts right up their backsides. So that's what I'm looking at through there. So there we go, guys. That's what I'm seeing right now. On a nutshell, guys, I'm showing you what's happening right now in silver and gold, Tesla, and all that sort of stuff. But just please remember, guys, okay? Please remember that if you want to be long-term, if you want to be long-term successful markets, find one pattern that suits you. It could be any pattern, right? It could be a divergence pattern, could be a breakout pattern, could be, more of like a short-term continuation pattern. Just find out what style of trading you're doing, what a good entry looks like for you, because there's all different types of trading systems, right? And all different, I believe most of the systems out there actually do work. You just got to understand, one, the win-loss ratio on average for that, so you can expect losses and be okay with it. And then also, secondly, how to manage those trades as well too. So I still find a lot of people are getting into trades based on, well, this looks good, instead of based off, this is the pattern I'm looking for, and I'm gonna trade that there, and so I'm building up from there. So that's what I want to sort of end this on here, guys. The most important thing you can do to your trading is have that pattern where you can have your entries. Okay, entries, and then also your exits as well too, okay? And you can do really, really, really well out of these markets. But the most important thing there is, once you know what to look for, then the hardest part is being consistent, where you show up every day, look for that pattern, disciplined to only trade in that pattern that you've identified, and patient and waiting as long as you have to. See, the way that I trade is, Some weeks or some months are really active, and some months are absolutely no trades at all. But I can't force that when it comes to my trading. So there we go, guys. Hope you have an amazing day, and it's going to be an exciting week moving forward. Hey traders, John Howell here. Thanks for watching my video. For a limited time only, I am giving away free access to my brand new trading course. I've put all my most powerful systems, strategies, and trading techniques that I've learned over the last 15 years and put it in this course, and I'm giving it away for free for a limited time. See, in this brand new Guide to the Markets by the Boys trading course, and you can get it when you go to johnsfreegift.com, you're going to learn, firstly, you're going to get access to a brand new training course for 90 minutes, and you're going to learn all the details step by step to my #1 trading system with over a 90% success rate that works on any market and any time frame. You're also going to learn 3 powerful chart reading and trading techniques. You're also going to learn 2 more powerful trading systems, and also you're going to learn 7-figure trading secrets, mindset techniques, and so much more. There's top 13 mistakes you're going to learn, the 10K per month formula, and so much more. No, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but if you are struggling with your trading right now and you need help, then for a limited time, you can get free access to this. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now, or click on the very first thing in the description, because for a limited time, I'm giving away. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now and start getting access to this full complete trading course, plus also the free training with my #1 trading system with over 90% success rate. Go to that right now, and I'll see you on the next page.